What the heck is going on with all these turkeys? Oh my gosh. I have never seen anything like this before in my life. Hello you guys, happy Monday and welcome to the start of this week's vlog. I'm gonna go visit Bonnie again. She's got surgery tomorrow, so it's gonna be kind of our last hurrah until she's gonna be laid up. And then of course the next day, so will I. So we're just gonna get together. I'm gonna bring her some things. I have like a wedge pillow and a diffuser, like stuff that she couldn't bring on the plane. And some craft stuff, because why not? And yeah, hopefully we'll just have a nice chill night. I'm gonna get to meet her mom for the first time, which will be really nice. Oh, and look at this, is the coolest thing ever. So my friend on Facebook, Kiwi, if you watch this, shout out to you, because she posted like an outfit of the day on her Facebook and she was wearing these and I was like, what are those? I need those now. I had no idea those existed, but I need them. It's called a skirt hitch. They just go onto your belt. I have it on my feeding tube pump. So basically it just allows you to tuck your skirt up so that your leg doesn't get caught when you are walking, which is so perfect because I have like this big bulky brace on this leg. I found them on Etsy. I'll link them down below. It was only $10 for 2 of them. I have one on the other side of the belt here. And I think it's gonna come in handy a lot during the summer especially. So I can just raise my skirt a little bit so I can actually clip my bag all the way around my thigh. So yeah, looking a little bit like a pirate of some sort, but that's okay, because it's awesome. Tonight was really fun. It was so good to see Bonnie again. Anytime that I get to spend with her is really special. And I got to meet her mom for the first time, and I got to meet her dad, who I think had just gotten in. My mom brought a bottle of wine, some chips, and some hummus, and we just had a grand old time. Her surgery is tomorrow morning, so if you guys could send some love and prayers her way. I know this is already in the past for you guys, but she's gonna need a lot of love and prayers and support through a very difficult recovery. But she's a really strong girl and she's got this. And I'm very happy for her that today is her very last day breathing with the current lung problems that she has now. It really does make such a difference spending the night before a surgery with people that you love. Especially if you're traveling, I feel like it can just kind of all sink in and feel a little bit lonely if you're in a hotel and you're away from most of your support system. So I was really glad that we were able to see each other again. Now it is quite late and I need to get to sleep so that I can make it to PT tomorrow. Running extra fluids so I can be best prepared for Wednesday. Yeah, everyone keeps asking if I am ready and I am so ready. Hi guys, so I am back from probably the best physical therapy session I've had in a very long time. I'm feeling a lot better. Just took extra time and just made sure that everything was lined up nicely and everything was ready for intubation tomorrow. Oh, I just really wanted to come home and crawl in bed and take a nap, but I got stuff to do. I still have to run a liter of saline. I'm trying to pack a bag right now and then I have to take a shower. And I don't really know what to pack because I don't really know what to expect. I don't really know how my leg will be bandaged or braced or casted or anything. So I'm bringing like a pair of leggings, a pair of loose pants, a pair of shorts, and then I think I'm gonna bring a dress. This is only a one night stay, but I don't know what I'm gonna be able to wear afterwards. It's something I guess kind of slipped my mind. I didn't really think about it. I'm literally still packed from Virginia and I'm just unpacking that bag into this bag. I got my wheelchair gloves because I think I'm gonna be in that for a little while since I wasn't cleared to use crutches. I also have my little safety belt that my mom made me get. So I wear this around my waist and it literally has handles on it so that if I start to fall, you can grab me by it because you can't grab me by my arms. They'll just dislocate and it'll really hurt my neck. So if I'm going down, you grab me by my handle. It's pretty embarrassing, but it's kind of a great idea. Got my toiletries packed. Sammy is eating something. I think I'm ready. Da, 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 da. Okay guys, so basically when I found out that I was going to be having knee surgery and that I wasn't going to be allowed to use crutches, I knew that I would have to be using the wheelchair a lot. And so I started looking into getting one of the legs on my wheelchair replaced so that I could wear my immobilizer and have it stick straight out. Called the wheelchair rep. They said that basically we needed a whole new chair for that. Didn't hear back. So I started looking online and I found a site that seemed to have something for this wheelchair, but it ended up being like $2,000. So what I did was I went on Amazon and I found like the cheapest wheelchair legs that I could find and I ordered them. And they of course weren't made for the type of chair that I have, but I had faith in this guy over here who just happens to be a pipe fitter and a welder and was able to make some magic happen. I mean, that was real magic. Okay, so tell me what you did.
You modified this by adding a steel bar that goes down through the shaft, bolts through so that Christina can adjust her leg up.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
There if you want.
It works so well!
And to lower it down, you just push the lever forward.
You are a genius!
But that's as far down as it goes.
That is totally fine.
You can shorten this.
That's great. I'll try it on in a second. Yeah, we'll have to get the bun pad on first because that adds height.
You know where the seat got it?
Now we have a custom-made adjustable leg. As far as you can go.
Yeah.
It goes up.
You did a great job, honey. Yay! Oh. You're the guy, you're the man, you're the MacGyver. I called the wheelchair company. I just figured I could just order that, that extension piece. No, you need a whole new wheelchair. And of course, that would probably take a year. Yeah, plus, that's a ridiculous waste of money. Right. Making it work. I'm so happy. All right, signing off.
Stainless steel and some bolts and nuts.
Did you weld?
A little bit, not so much welding, but machining. Steel rod to support the leg part, and then drilling stainless steel bolts to hold it in place. Did not have to alter any of the existing wheelchair. You didn't have to drill any new holes in the wheelchair. Just use existing bolts.
So when we want, when we don't need it anymore, you just take it off with a wrench, type of thing.
You just take it off with one bolt, and then the other leg snaps right back on.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. Okay.
So pleased. Good morning, you guys. It is Wednesday, and you know what that means? That is right. It is finally knee surgery day. I honestly can't believe how long of a journey this has been with you guys. I think it's been like a year since I first started having these issues. Time really flies. I'm excited to get recovering. I don't really know how I feel about this surgery. I mostly just wish I knew what to expect. But I don't. I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea what the pain will be like. I have no idea what the recovery will be like. No idea what kind of bracing I'll be in or for how long. I don't know if I'll be weight bearing, but I do have confidence in these doctors and I'm excited to just finally get to move on. That being said, the part that I'm kind of nervous about is the nerve block, because they do that when you're awake and I just don't like doing stuff when I'm awake. I also am going to be having the same kind of intubation that I had last time. It's like the conscious fiber optic intubation. I don't know. I don't remember it last time, but I'm still afraid that I'm going to be too conscious this time and I'm going to remember it. Alright, well, I'll see you guys at the hospital. let's see. A lot has happened since we last talked. And yes, I did actually have surgery this time, so thank goodness. But it was very much not how we planned it, but everything went well anyway. The plan had been to do the nerve block in my leg and then an awake fiber optic intubation like we did with my last neck surgery. And then the plan was also to be leaving tomorrow afternoon. And as soon as we got here, it was like they had a whole different plan. But everybody was wonderful. So they were like, oh, our VIP patient is here. We had this whole team. There was like 6 surgeons in there. Then we had an amazing anesthesiologist. She was just great. Her nurse anesthetist, and there were surgical nurses. I mean, that room was packed. And everybody had their own job. They worked so well together. They were so nice to me. It made me feel really at home. So the plan that they came up with was that we were going to be using a spinal, an epidural, to numb my legs and, well, everything from the waist down. And in combination with that, they would give me some medications to partially sedate me so that I would be breathing on my own, but that I wouldn't have any recollection of it. And I have to say, like, the part that terrified me the most was definitely the idea of having an epidural, because that, number one, involves getting it into my spine through all of the hardware, which I thought might be a little bit difficult. And it, number two, opens up the dura space. So your dura is that lining around your brain and spinal cord that keeps all of the spinal fluid in. And sometimes with EDS patients, we are very prone to developing leaks. Anytime you puncture the dura, you are running the risk of causing a leak or introducing something like meningitis. So I've always tried to stay away from any kind of spinal taps or spinal anesthesia, knowing my personal risks. But she assured me that this really held a lot less risk to me than trying to intubate me. She was so worried. She was like, you know, if we cannot secure an airway, there is a chance that you could suffer oxygen loss and brain damage, and that was a higher risk than my risk of having a leak. So ultimately I accepted it. I just felt comfortable with her, and she promised me the needle was so thin, she would try one time, she would not move the needle around. If she missed on the first time, she would stop and intubate me. I did the spinal. It was actually totally fine. I thought it would be a lot worse than it was. But they prepped me for the surgery and they started giving me the medications, and unfortunately, whenever they tried to sedate me, I stopped breathing, my blood pressure plummeted, so they had to pull back on the sedation. I decided to just go ahead with it. I couldn't really feel much below my waist at all, which was quite strange. And they put up a curtain like you see women having C-sections in movies and TV shows, and I laid there awake for 3+ hours while they drilled and cut pieces of my bone out. But they were so kind and they talked to me most of the time, and it all went well. The great thing about that is now I don't have any more damage in my mouth or my jaw or my throat or my nasal passages. I'm much more with it. I felt pretty good after surgery because I couldn't feel anything. Now the pain has set in and it is intense, but it's not bad enough yet for me to give in and take any morphine. So I am on 24/7 IV Tylenol and then Tramadol when I ask for it. I think like every 6 hours if I ask for it. I have the option of asking for morphine, and I'm not totally putting that off the table because I don't want to limit myself if I am miserable. But I am trying my very, very, very best to stay away from it and to not just take it for the sake of taking it. And yeah, it's been a crazy day. I never expected to experience surgery awake. It was so strange. I feel like I can kind of understand phantom limb now because I felt the whole time like my leg was bent in the position that it was when I was first given the spinal, and I felt it so strongly, and I felt like I was moving it and everything, and then I look over and it's just not there. And then the surgeon at one point like picked up my leg by the ankle and put it into some traction, and I was looking at it and I was like, huh, whose foot's that? Like, it didn't even, my brain did not even register that that was my leg, because I was seeing a leg and I was feeling a leg and they were not in the same place. It was such a strange feeling. Yeah, so I got a fancy new brace on it now, which is great because my old one was like held together by chewing gum and paper clips. This one I think is going to be a little bit harder for me to release the latches in my sleep. It's another great thing. I actually don't know how to release the latches yet because I haven't seen it. I can't look that far down. And I can't bring my leg up to my vision. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'll just leave it like that so that I can never take it off. And so now they told me I could bear 20% of my weight on my toes. I think they thought that I was going to be able to use crutches, and I was like, sorry guys, not cleared for crutches. And so I texted Trish and, you know, just asking her what to do, and she was like, no, I don't think that that's a good idea at all. If you can't be fully weight bearing on the leg, I wouldn't be doing any kind of partial weight bearing that's substituted by bearing weight on your arms, because she just didn't feel like my neck fusion was solid enough to take that kind of burden. And I agree with her, and luckily my team here agrees with her. It's really nice that they're willing to take my word for it and her word for it. I have just been getting the best care here, so I could not possibly be in better hands. They actually, I just found out the floor that I'm on specializes in neuro orthopedics, so people who get in like car crashes and like break their necks and like need fusion or stuff like that. Like, they have neurosurgery teams and stuff on call here, and I'm just on the perfect floor. I feel like God just opened this door for me, and I'm so thankful. They totally understood about the neck brace. They're not scared off by that at all. They were really great about transferring me around, always supporting everything. Really just a great experience, even though I had to endure a surgery awake. Also, I wanted to update you guys and just let you know that Bonnie came through surgery yesterday and that she was off the vent. She's really struggling with pain relief, but I am just thrilled to hear that she was awake and able to shoot me a text here and there. So thank you guys so much for your thoughts and prayers for her as well. Yeah, that's about it. My dad came tonight, which was really sweet. He brought hot water bottles for me because we forgot to pack them, and just chatted and sat with us. My sister wanted to come, but she wasn't feeling well and she's gonna take a nap. I think maybe she'll come tomorrow if I'm staying tomorrow. We'll just have to see. Okay, I'm gonna sign out for the night. It's been a long day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is post-surgery day 1. The pain has really set in. All of the numbing from the spinal has worn off, which it's rather nice. I wasn't super crazy about the feeling, but I'm not super crazy about the pain either. By far the worst pain I've ever had in my knee, which I guess makes sense. But I also have a lot of pain in my ankle and foot, which I didn't anticipate when I really should have. I just found out I have to be completely non-weight bearing for the next 4 weeks, when I thought I would at least be able to walk a little. So that's gonna be difficult without being able to use crutches or a walker. I'm going to have to rely solely on the wheelchair and hopping, I guess. I don't know how that's going to really work in our house. Our house is quite narrow, but we always figure it out. It's gonna be all right. One of the greatest things that happened today was one of my surgeons just came to check in with us a few hours ago. My mom happened to mention to him that we were looking for a primary care physician and that we were so happy with our care here that we would like to transfer my primary care here. And he was like, it's so funny that you just asked me that, because I just came from a meeting with like all the heads and like all of the primary care doctors. We had a big talk, and I can totally hook you up with somebody. Like, I can fast track you. It was just like, ah! And now I feel like, oh my gosh, if we could get plugged into a primary care here. He said that they work really closely with the orthopedic team and the neuro team. And I was like, yes, that is exactly what we need. So that just feels like a really big blessing on a hard day. It's always great to have those little silver linings to keep you going. We're not going home today. I thought we might be, but we're not. Which is probably a good call, since I'm still on IV Tylenol as my main pain relief, and that's really barely taking the edge off as is. It's really, really hard, honestly, not to give in and take morphine. It really is. I'm not lying to you. Not promising that I won't take it if it gets worse, but I am doing my best.
What you can do actually is go backwards. That way your leg is kind of like hanging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially since you have to be in that immobilizer.
Yeah.
Okay, so another option would be to sit down. Yeah, and then just kind of kick that leg out. Yeah, but it would be a different step. Yeah. And then you would have to just kind of stand up from there. How do you feel about that? Do you want me to show you the other method of the wheelchair?
Yeah, I think we should learn them all.
Okay.
Hi guys. Just really having a rough time with the pain, especially in my foot and ankle. It's really wearing me down, and I just, every time I fall asleep, I keep getting woken up. I'm like reacting to stuff. I'm not comfortable. I just really want to go home. So luckily they are discharging me. I was feeling really good about that. And then they came in and the nurse practitioner dropped off like a copy of my x-rays. And I looked at it and I was like, that is not the surgery I thought I was having. I thought that they were going to be putting a pin to fuse the entire two bones together. And what they actually did was they broke my bone and they fused the top of the bone at the knee joint and left the rest of the fibula bone just kind of floating. And I didn't expect that. I was shocked when I saw that on the imaging. I'm sure that's what it needed. I could already feel my foot better and move it better. But it's not what I expected. It's not what Trish expected. I sent her a picture. And just this recovery looks like it's going to be so much more extensive than I had planned. And it's really daunting to think that I'm gonna have to go through this awful recovery and it's not going to address all of the problems. I'm a little worried that I'm going to continue to have instability at the level of my ankle where I'm having the pain right now, because it's not fused like I thought it was gonna be. It's kind of shocking, and honestly it's made me a little bit emotional. It made me question things a little bit, but I think that's just a side effect of pain and exhaustion and medication and not feeling well. It's hard to know when you've made the right decision, but I'm gonna just have to trust in the team, and I will see them in 2 weeks to see how it's healing. Unfortunately, I am not allowed to bathe for the next 4 weeks at least. So that should be fun. They said sponge baths. I can't really get any of my leg wet. Oh man. We've just been practicing like getting in and out of the chair, getting from the chair in the bathroom, and like even getting up a step. And it is so much harder than I thought because I'm not cleared to bear weight really on my arms either. It looks like if I have to go up steps, I'm gonna have to do so on my backside. It's just a lot to take in right now, and it's hard to take it in when I'm just so exhausted and my brain just feels fried. The last few days have just been a lot. I didn't expect to have a spinal. I didn't expect to be awake for the whole surgery. I didn't expect to be in this much pain. I didn't expect such a long recovery, and I didn't expect those x-rays. So I have to just adjust a lot of expectations that I had. And you guys know I'm not always so good when I feel like I'm not really in control. I thought I had a plan, and now I feel like everything got changed around on me. I'm really excited to go home today. I hope that it's soon.
So it's Toby?
His name is Toby.
Hi, Toby. I wish our dog was this sweet.
Aww. He'll just stay with you. He's excited. We just walked the whole length.
Okay, so Christina is currently putting on a leash.
My harness.
Yeah. It's her leg. Oh my god. So this is very, I don't know why. We don't just carry up her wheelchair, but you should have brought the wheelchair up first. You're going into the doorway.
Okay, so here, right behind you.
Yeah, you don't have to pull.
Yeah, I do.
It's pretty good. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Am I evil for laughing?
Okay.
Alright, here comes the chair.
We made it into the house.
Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, I have not slept yet. This is just, I was in the bath and then I just hear Sammy go crazy and I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. Guess I'm not washing my hair tonight.
Hey, at least you get to bathe. I don't get to bathe for 4 weeks.
You get to be sponge bathed by like an Egyptian goddess. This is so dramatic because your room is only like...
No, I'm actually going to mom and dad's room, I think.
Oh.
Hi guys, guess where I am? And ignore the zit cream, hospitals make me break out. I am home, and I am in my parents' bed actually. So this is my parents' room. And this is where I will be living for the next, probably at least a week, because their room is directly across the hall from the bathroom. My bedroom is directly across the house from the bathroom, and my mom also wanted to be kind of close to me to help me with transfers and stuff. So nice of my dad to offer to give up his spot. It's interesting because we have a very small house and a very narrow house, and the wheelchair just doesn't really work in most of the house. It works in like the main area, but down here where the hallway is for the rooms, it doesn't make the turn. Tomorrow maybe I can film a demo of how I got around, but basically this rolling desk chair is how I got in here. Also, I'm feeling a good amount better. The pain is a whole lot better. Right as we were being discharged, they decided to try giving me a slightly higher dose of the tramadol that I'm on for my pain, because the poor nurse was like so upset seeing me in pain. And the higher dose of tramadol is helping so much. If we had only known that that slight increase in dose would make such a big difference. I wouldn't have been writhing in pain the last couple days. You live and you learn, right? That's life. But anyway, every day is hopefully gonna be better. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Morning, you guys. It is Saturday and my pain is a little bit better. I spent my first night at home. Staying in my parents' bed was definitely the best option. It's so much easier to get here and to the bathroom and stuff like that. Unfortunately though, our house is very narrow. The whole setup is not really wheelchair friendly, especially the hallway. So what we came up with is once I'm down the hall, I transfer into this office desk chair on wheels and then just kind of scooch myself into the hall and eventually into the bathroom. Yeah, so this has actually worked well, except for the fact that the wheels don't always want to go in the direction that you want them to. But it's great. I mean, it's working for us. We always find a way to make things work. But hopefully I just continue to get better and better each day, and we continue to come up with various little ideas that make the everyday a little bit easier, since this is going to be my life for like at least 4 weeks. Gosh darn this chair. Hello, you guys. If it looks like I literally haven't moved since yesterday, it's because I kind of haven't. My entire life right now consists of going back and forth to the bathroom, and that itself is quite enough. But I'm honestly still super proud of myself that I was able to keep my promise and not take any morphine for this surgery. It was definitely difficult at times, definitely still difficult, but it just had to be that way. And I feel like I should clear up the fact that I am not against taking pain meds after surgery in the hospital at all. If this surgery had been in like 3 months, I probably totally would have taken the morphine, no second guesses. It's just that it was so soon after I had finally kind of detoxed that if I were to add it back in, I would just be starting this horrible cycle again. Down the road, if I have another surgery and I've been off the morphine for quite a while, I don't have any qualms about taking it for a few days in the hospital. It was just the specific timing that made it a problem. So don't feel like I'm like shaming you if you take medications after surgery or if you take strong medications every single day. I totally get it. Pain is really debilitating, and if you can find something that helps you, all the power to you. It was just making me sicker, and it was not a good decision for my body in the long run. That was my decision for my body in my case. We're all different. We all have different pain thresholds. We all have different priorities. That's okay. If you need it, you need it, and that's your decision. Just keep in mind that getting off these medications can be a little bit difficult if you've been on them for a while and your body becomes used to it. Anyway, well, tomorrow is Easter, and we don't really have any Easter plans this year, just with everything that's been going on. And then we have some illness and other issues going on in our family on both sides. So it looks like we're just going to be spending a quiet day at home. And then we're going to be watching Jesus Christ Superstar live on TV, which I am so excited about because, guys, it's probably in one of my top 10 favorite musicals ever. I just love it, and I have literally had it on my calendar app as a reminder since last Easter when they first announced that they were going to be doing it. Super psyched, super excited. Alice Cooper's playing Herod. Oh my goodness, cannot wait. Oh, and guys, okay, look at this. Ready? That's right, I am controlling my foot. Before surgery, I had very little control up and down, especially up and out, and it would always turn in and had that little bit of spasticity, those little dystonias. But all of a sudden, I can move my foot, I can feel my foot, it's not spasming. I think this surgery is working, you guys. It's kind of good to know that all of this was not for nothing, and that we have managed to protect a very vital nerve, as well as preserving what looks like almost all of my function. Woohoo! But anyway, I think I'm gonna close out this vlog here so I can edit this, and then we can start off next week's vlog with a nice little Easter celebration. How does that sound? All right, I gotta say the things. Ready? If you liked this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!